So I've actually never done a episode or training on this specific topic, which is the review of LinkedIn's last quarterly report, which was released at the end of October, beginning of November. Obviously, the next one's going to be coming out soon. But there was a glaring statistic that LinkedIn shared in this quarterly report that I didn't want to have overlooked because it's important and there is deep meaning behind it. And this statistic that I'm going to go over with you, I'm going to highlight the statistic first. I'm going to break down what it means, but then more importantly, give you a pathway of how you can be a part of this statistic and not just someone that's observing those that are. Now, before we get into today's training and today's episode, we are having a workshop that starts in just a few hours. It's called the Amateur to Expert on LinkedIn in 5 days. It is still not too late for you to join. If you are listening on the podcast, super easy. The link to register is in the description of this episode. It's only $29. You get a workbook, accountability. You get to meet with us an hour every day. So it's from January 26th to January 30th, 12 to 1 Eastern, live and recorded. So you'll be able to access the replays. If you're watching on social, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, super duper easy. Just type the word me in the comments and I will send you the link to get yourself registered. So what is this glaring statistic? So the number one glaring statistic that I actually saw in reading this quarterly report is the second one that you see listed on the quarterly report, which anyone can access. And this statistic reads, engagement is deeper than ever, with comments up 24% and 3 consecutive quarters of double-digit growth in video uploads as professionals come to the platform for trusted conversations and knowledge sharing. So again, engagement is deeper than ever, with comments up 24% and 3 consecutive quarters of double-digit growth in video uploads as professionals come to the platform for trusted conversations and knowledge sharing. So what does that actually mean? How do we interpret that? So I don't want to focus so much on the double-digit growth of video uploads because for me, that is just telling me that people are uploading more videos, which is great, but there was no tangible additional KPI, key performance indicator statistic. Like, yes, there's been double-digit growth in videos, but it's leading to X amount of additional watch time, because watch time, that statistic would tell me that people are actually watching and listening and engaging in videos, which could lead to opportunities. But it didn't say that. All it's saying is that people are uploading more videos. But the statistic that did tell me everything was the statistic that LinkedIn comments within content being created is up 24% from the previous quarter, which is huge. And what that tells me is, as LinkedIn stated, trusted professionals are spending more time on the platform for educational resources and information that they want to learn. So as a business owner, which we all are in some way, shape, or form, that tells us that we need to step into the content creator aspect of being a thought leader, of being an expert in the space that we're in, to build know, like, and trust with our connections and followers. And here's the thing. What I've really taken away from this statistic is it goes so much deeper than the fact that people are just commenting more. There is significant opportunity for business growth with this stat. What I want to kind of lay to rest, because everyone right now, from people I interview, I talk to, Nancy and I hear from, people are still really struggling with generating leads to generate sales to grow their business. And people are still stuck on some of the old strategies and old methodologies that were being taught years and years and years ago, which is you send out a bunch of connections and you just message someone that accepts and ask them to get on a call, with or without context. And I've spoken about this in previous episodes that we don't want to be those people that are sending those 18 paragraph long drunkalog verbal vomit messages. That's absolutely what we do not want to do. We want to be very tactful in the way that we're reaching out to people. So what this statistic really does tell me is that A, we need to build the right type of connections, because if we want people to comment and engage with us, they have to be either our ICP, our ideal client persona, right? Or a business ally. And this is someone that could refer business to us. We could refer business to them. We can collaborate, joint venture, so on and so on. And you're going to then create content that is specifically and clearly geared towards that ideal client persona. So using myself and Nancy as an example, our ideal client persona are business coaches, business consultants in any arena, any space, any industry, and service professionals, specific service professionals, accountants, lawyers, bookkeepers, insurance professionals, real estate professionals, finance professionals. Those are the people that we help and serve most. And if you look through any of my content on LinkedIn, it is geared towards helping coaches, consultants, and service professionals. If you look at my profile, clearly states who we help. So when you're looking to take advantage of this glaring statistic that commenting is up 24%, which is a huge jump from the previous quarter, that tells me everybody needs to focus on connecting with more of the right people, not just a number of people. Just because you're given 100 connection requests that you can send every single week, it doesn't mean that you're going to use them all. You have to be specific about who you use them with. And this is part of what we're going to be teaching in our workshop this week, really how to nail down that search engine result. So you're actually connecting with the people that not only would accept your connection, they'd be more open to a conversation offline and want to engage and comment in your content. But that brings me to the secondary point. Your content has to be on point. It can't be spammy. It can't be slimy or salesy. It's got to be educational. It's got to be thought-provoking. It's got to be conversational. It's got to position you as the expert in the space that you're in. It's got to leave people better, give them value, build the know, like, and trust, which is also something that we're going to be teaching in the workshop that we're doing all this week. But when you connect those dots, when you start connecting with the right people and you start curating and creating content that is geared towards those people, that's when you're going to see the jump in commentary. That's when you're going to see more quality comments. And it's not about the quantity. Anyone that's participating in a LinkedIn engagement pod, LinkedIn's cracking down big time. Just because someone has 50 or 60 comments doesn't mean A, they're legit commenters, and B, it doesn't mean that they're not participating or doing something spammy to get those comments. For me, if I have like 4, 5, 6 organic people conversing with me and my content, I am so beyond happy, because that's 6 relationships from one post that I can build on top of all the other content that's being put out there. So again, if you're producing 3 pieces of content a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that are garnering 4 to 6 people commenting, well, there you have it. There's 12 to 20 conversations that can be taken from online to offline. And this is how sales increases. This is how leads are formed. This is how conversations are had. So if you want to be part of those people that are taking advantage of this 24% increase in commenting in content, then make sure you're connecting with the right people. Make sure that your content is value added and leaving those people better. But more importantly, leaving them wanting to come back for more. So before I sign off today from today's training and today's episode, again, in just a few hours, we will be beginning day one of our 5-day amateur to expert on LinkedIn 5-day workshop. It's $29, basically $6 per day. You get a workbook for accountability. You get to spend an hour each day with myself and Nancy in a private Zoom. And we're capping this at 150. And we're just about there. We have about 140 registered so far, which is amazing. So there are some spots left. So do grab them before it's too late. So if you're listening on the podcast, just go to the link in the description. You can register yourself there. If you're listening, if you're watching on social, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, just type the word me in the comments, and I will be happy to send you the registration link so we can see you in a few hours. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's training and today's episode. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.